don't think any parent is truly prepared for an accident to actually happen to them. And what happened was a beautiful fishing trip that was supposed to be an exciting day out with Grandpa and Daddy, and it turned into a near tragedy.
Mother of 3 and former model Farley Boyle is talking about the day she almost lost her second daughter, Chase, to drowning.
I had just gotten home from having my third child, so we were celebrating this unbelievable life, and we were excited, and it was just a moment of happiness. And my kids were going to go fishing with Grandpa and Daddy, and they came down to the dock, and they didn't put life preservers on because they were just unloading tackle and supplies, and they were going to actually go back into the house and have lunch.
2.5-year-old Chase was in the boat pretending to drive when she decided to get out and onto the floating dock beside it. But she misjudged her landing and never made it to the dock.
Because Chase was so small and the boat was already sloshing around in the water, no one even heard when she went over the side and into the water between the boat and the dock.
Not even Chase's then 4-year-old sister, who was playing nearby.
I think my 4-year-old processed it in her brain like, wow, you know, Chase was on her way here and she didn't make it, but she was only 4, so she went back to doing what she was doing. And then I think she went over out of natural curiosity to see where she went and realized that she wasn't coming back up. And she started screaming, "Daddy, Chasey's in the water and she's not swimming."
The men pulled Chase from the water, but she wasn't breathing.
I got out to the dock, and what I saw was just unbelievable to me. I mean, this child that had just been in my room saying goodbye to me, telling me that I was beautiful, telling me not to leave her again because I'd just been away, you know, at the hospital having a child. And all of a sudden, it was this blue, lifeless, catatonic child with eyes that were just giant saucers, and she was convulsing. And, you know, when I really assessed where we were at that moment, I just was shocked. I was beyond shocked.
Having taken an infant child CPR course with his wife when she was pregnant with their first child, Patrick immediately started CPR.
It was just, come on, baby. Chasey, you gotta breathe. You gotta get the water out. Come on, honey. You gotta hold on for Daddy. Please breathe. You gotta get the water out. And he was doing a very violent, violent display of cardiopulmonary resuscitation, and it wasn't working. And, you know, it turned into upward abdominal thrusts where, you know, I don't know if it's necessarily textbook the correct way to do it, but it certainly worked for us. The next breath of life actually helped distend her stomach, and she started vomiting, and the color came back up from the bottom all the way to the top of her face as she vomited, saying, "Mom!"
Chase was taken away in an ambulance and admitted to the ICU, but she sustained no brain damage or any other adverse side effects as a result of her near drowning.
And at that moment, I was, 100% going to give back to the day I died because I had been given a second chance and we'd been spared.
And she did, founding the nonprofit organization Chase for Life to promote infant-child CPR and choking maneuver education.
I was fueled simply by Chase's smile and her laughter, and I just wanted to make sure that there were several happy endings as a result of me possibly sharing my story.
Farley even used her daughter's name, turning Chase into an acronym for CPR Health Awareness Safety Education.
Our mission is to make sure that anyone that has a hand on a child is empowered with basic life-saving skills so that they can sustain a life in a crisis until help can take over. And our whole goal is to remove the barriers that prevent people from getting educated.
Farley launched chaseforlife.org and an array of educational workshops and materials, including a free 18-minute educational video for adults starring the animated character Patty the Penguin.
You need to know how you can help when something goes wrong with an infant or child.
We hit you 4 ways till Sunday with rhymes and just visual demonstrations and buzzwords that really bring what we're doing to life, and you don't even realize how much you're enveloping and how much you're absorbing. And we decided that if we could really, just kind of hit you over the head as many times as possible in 18 minutes, that you would walk away retaining enough knowledge to save a life.
Farley and Chase for Life are trying to get the video into schools, hospitals, even the DMV. And recently, they've teamed up with the American Red Cross.
Programs like Chase for Life fall directly in line with the mission of the American Red Cross because of the health and safety division that we have here. And if you put the two together, you will have the confidence to save a life and to protect every innocent child.
Red Cross representative Victoria McDougall says Chase for Life's free educational video is a great jumping off point for getting educated.
Us at the American Red Cross, we want to encourage people to further their education, and we do want to encourage parents, at least one in every household, to be certified in CPR and choking maneuvers. But it doesn't have to cost anything to get started, and you can gain your knowledge and further your education at a nominal cost, in the ballpark of $35, to go ahead and go all the way, take the full class, the 8 hours, invest the extra time, and really take your game to the next level.
Because you never know when disaster will strike, and when it does, will you know what to do?
Truthfully, it's what saved my child's life.